Welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau. I know it's been a little while. You've missed us. You've you've been crying. I can see it in your eyes. I'm sorry, but we're here. We're queer. Get used to
Whoa,
it.
whoa, hey,
I think you speak for yourself there on that one,
you're.
Mark.
I think you're on
the
an island
audience
by
knows you
yourself,
by
there,
now.
guy.
I'm on an island by myself. Oh shit, I am on an island by myself. Well,
Yeah, like, hey, man, no
yeah.
shame, but like, keep that on your side of the fucking ocean, man.
All right,
What
guys.
would you do? What would you do if you had the island by yourself? Just
All of
Okinawa by
Okinawa, it's
yourself.
just
What
you.
would you do?
Mm, do I have like everything that's here, like
Like,
infrastructure?
okay, for this hypothetical situation, let's just assume that you murdered everybody on the island and then
But
just put them out in the ocean on a barge, and you have everything that's left,
oh,
Why did he have
or
to
you
murder
save their
them though?
bodies to
Like
eat.
they could have
Fine,
just
fine, fine. Everybody on the island
disappeared.
went to the mainland without you. They just left you. They were
okay,
like, Mark
Yeah,
stinks. We're
no
all gonna go to
invite.
the mainland and leave him here.
okay. I'll accept that. Well, then if everybody's gone, then I guess I'll wash up a little bit, right? Because, god damn it, I'm sorry, that's my phone. I guess I'll wash up, and everybody else will still be gone, and I just won't smell for myself. But I think first thing is like just find a fast car and get hammered drunk and drive drunk as fast as I can everywhere because that'd just be fun on like big roads. I think that'd be really fun. And like by week 3, I'd probably get tired of day drinking all day, like you would assume. I don't know. I'd have to figure that one out. And like eating lobster until I pass out and just doing that process over and over again. So I mean that's what I would do immediately is just live off of lobster, probably steak as well, and alcohol, and just live it up like that for a long time.
You know,
Crash car, jump
Sounds like a
cars.
Pink
I gotta
Floyd
jump a lot of
song.
cars. Yeah.
Why does this sound like a
just
Pink Floyd song? Like, money, doom, 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 doom. That's exactly what this sounds like. But like, hey, dude,
gotta.
isn't like weed and shit like highly illegal there? So you could do that. You
I,
could just
I,
If you can
I
even,
don't,
I
I
mean,
don't
would it
think
even
I'd
be
want.
on the island?
No,
How
I
many
don't think
houses
so.
would you have to tear down to find like 1 gram of weed? And it'd
A
be from like
million. You
1960.
probably wouldn't.
Like,
Yeah,
my grandpa stashed this away.
underneath the floorboards in some
Right.
fucking ratty hotel or something. It's
No, I was
dust.
just
It's dust.
just thinking though, about that whole like hypothetical situation we just put Mark in. But like, imagine, coronavirus actually happened, and like most of the
It
population
actually
gets
happened,
wiped out. No,
but
I know.
it wasn't that
But like
bad.
how the news makes it sound. But like how the news makes it
actually.
sound.
Okay.
That
You
that
don't want
level
to
of
get another
coronavirus
copy
happened.
strike, but you're fucking
I know.
over here saying misinformation, which we'll get
Coronavirus is
into in a
real and
little
it's
bit.
dangerous. Be careful. But no, let's say that there's like a crazy pandemic that actually wiped out like almost all life on Earth, and you were the only person alive on Okinawa. And for a while, you'd be fine, right? Like all this food is only going to one person. All of it's refrigerated and frozen and taken care of. You can last there for a few years probably. Grow some potatoes and stuff, but eventually you're gonna run out of stuff. Eventually there's not gonna be enough there to sustain you anymore. Just get on a
Well,
boat and
right.
hope you can make it to mainland. Like you're on
Yeah,
an
I mean,
island, man. Finite
do I
resources,
take my
finite
chance?
land.
Yeah, yeah. It's a rough situation. I will give you that. If everybody was gone, it's just me. Like one, I'm gonna go crazy. There's no people. Eventually, I'll just
Volleyball
be talking to volleyballs. There's plenty of those
mannequins.
around.
Yeah,
Mannequins.
you have to like I Am Legend set up mannequins like in your daily commute where you're just gonna like, hey, what's up, Martha? How you doing? Nice dress.
Exactly.
And you have to delude yourself to forget about you going out in the middle of the night to replace her dress with a new one, so that you can give her that compliment the next day.
Oh, I might do it like midday so I can like really get in that mannequin like every time I can, like just really work on my skills of flirting. I mean, they ain't shit now, but imagine there's nobody around, they're gonna be really bad. So okay, that's gonna take a lot of work. Um, Yeah, I guess I got to get in a boat, like, because I'm not gonna fly a plane. I'm gonna be terrible at that. But what way do I go? Do I go Australia? Is there gonna be more people there? Do I? I mean,
They'll probably
one of
put you
these
in a camp,
boxes has
bro.
the
So
map.
I'd not go
I
to
mean,
Australia.
I'd probably go mainland first.
Mainland Japan. It's possible. There's like islands up there, like smaller ones. I could like island hop for a little while.
Yeah. And I think on mainland, whether there's people there or not, you'd be able to find enough supplies to like load out your boat. Probably find a better boat too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you'd find enough supplies to like load out your boat for a longer journey. And then I
Mhm.
don't know. Do you go like
Dude,
mainland
are you
Asia
guys?
or Australia or what? I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys are forgetting. Okinawa has air base,
Oh, that's
navy
right.
base. You
You're
can
right.
get you can get a lot of Gucci shit, dude.
I could get
You
a
might be
like
You could
one of
set.
just
those like
you could just
400
leave the island in a
passenger.
fucking Apache.
Yeah. Well, I guess that'd be
He
easier. I
could just
guess. Maybe I'll go to
he's just reading the
Taiwan if it's
owner's
not.
manual for a month. He's like,
Right?
all right.
He's
I
got
have
plenty of
plenty of
time.
time.
He's got two or
Yeah.
three to practice with. Helicopters aren't that hard actually. So the main two
They're
controls
not.
are a yoke, which controls your pitch and roll, and the other one is just a throttle, which is like a fucking Harley Davidson throttle, but it's down by like your hip.
Oh.
And you twist toward you to go up, twist down to go down, and that's just how much thrust
Some
you're
of
giving
them
the
you pull
blades.
up.
Pull up.
Yeah, some of them you pull up to go up and then push down to go down.
Really?
Like on the
Oh,
yoke.
either way.
Yeah,
No,
Either
but
way.
it's like a stick. It's a
but like,
stick. You just
yeah, like the flight
pull up.
control, the yoke is a stick, and it controls like your lean, your forward pitch, and your sideways pitch. But for like how much power you're giving the blades, that's the throttle. So like if
Yeah.
you were just keeping the yoke perfectly still, you twist that to go up, toward you to go up, and then away to go down, and that just slows down the speed of the rotors. And then the
Flight
yoke is how you like move forward and back and right and left and turn around and shit. Helicopters
Dang.
are cool. They got a Jesus
Yeah,
nut.
they are like way easier to fly from what I hear. And
Fly, yeah.
I wonder-
Land.
Ooh, okay. Hard landing.
I literally said that
I
at
saw-
work the other day.
I saw a
like-
video of somebody like their engine. They were gonna land and their engine failed on the helicopter. But here's my thing: like, I get if an engine fails on a plane, you can glide. But like on a helicopter, how the fuck are they like?
Nope. Down.
How are they? How did they not do that? How like because they were? It seemed like they were keeping control, and they somehow. But if the engine failed, like it doesn't make sense to me. Like they should just drop. They shouldn't have any controls.
Well,
But
they do have air
I don't
resistance
know.
still. And I mean, maybe they had some momentum left in the rotors because I mean, if they're spinning, they're going to slow down as the engine's been down for a while. But yeah, I get you saying like makes a lot more sense because planes are literally made to fly without much power. Like once you get them up there, it's like they're just kind of cruising.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean,
I should get my buddy
about
on. He's got his
Osprey,
pilot's
though?
license.
have you guys seen the Osprey? I bet that would be
Yeah,
weird. That's like helicopter / plane. You gotta know both, I guess. I don't know.
I used to work around them all the time.
Yeah.
They're like
They probably got
the
an
Marines
Osprey there,
hated
too.
them.
Okay.
Oh, I guarantee they do.
In Spain or Germany? Just asking.
Spain.
Yeah, do the Spanish people really fucking hate them? Because everybody here hates them. Like
Oh, yeah, everybody,
civilians.
like everybody who's anybody hates them. Even the
Oh,
Marines.
okay.
Yeah, they're
I'm-
like because they kill a lot of fucking Marines because they are shit
They crash. Yeah.
and they crash a lot.
They drop stuff into the fucking children's playgrounds and schools and shit around here. Like, people are really upset.
Like they drop
They-
stuff like
They
what,
drop
pieces of the
like
fucking plane?
parts.
Yeah, parts flying into. Yeah, not cool. But like really fucked up shit. It happens quite a bit here. I mean,
What's the
obviously
fine?
there's going to be some problems because there's a fucking bazillion planes in the air all the time, but really not cool. I don't know what the fine is. I mean, I bet it's extensively pricey, but it seems like they make it out to be like, oh, something happened with the American base. Well, they're not going to do anything about that because we can't or something, you know? Like,
Right.
in Germany, there was a curfew for flying, and if you broke that curfew, it was after like 9 o'clock, right? But we had obviously there's missions that we don't give a fuck. We'll pay the fine. But you guys want to know what the fine was, and I'm gonna tell it to you, but it's probably not that accurate, but it was something along these lines.
$10.
It was like 20. What?
It was like 20 euros.
No. Go ahead and guess. You said you're gonna
Okay,
guess.
yeah. Let's make some guesses. Jed.
$20,000.
So like it's
20,000
it's
euros.
after
600 euros.
just 600 just for like
6,000 euros.
all right.
Shit. Okay, 6,000 euros for
No,
flying
no,
after
like
for flying after
okay,
9
and that's
o'clock.
just a one-time
The
payment.
one-time payment, 6,000 euros for
Okay.
that.
Jed,
Jed.
I don't know. 20 euros an hour. You're flying after 9.
Oh shit.
yeah, try $20,000 every minute
Every
Oh,
minute.
Jesus.
that you are flying after 9 o'clock. Because when I came back from Romania, we were closing in on 9 o'clock, and I didn't know this until then. And they're like, "Hang on, guys, we're gonna be fucking coming in hot." And we're like, "What? Like, why? What the fuck? Like, we're almost there, but we gotta make it till." And this is the pilot's talking. Like, we gotta make it there before 9. And we're like, "Okay, why the fuck is that?" And then I found out later on, like, they make so much money off of us, it's retarded. So that's why I was wondering what the fine was for because if they found parts like that in schools, like dude, schools with little kids, dude,
Oh yeah.
I'd be fining a fuck ton. Like they should know how much they can fine because like the government's pretty much just like, okay, that's acceptable. Okay,
Yeah.
like, they
I
could
mean,
probably get a fuck ton of money.
I'm not saying that they don't find anybody because I assume that they do, but it's talked about like America can do whatever they want for the most part, especially here in Okinawa, in mainland. It seems like they don't get away with as much. But
Hmm.
I don't know. There's a lot of resentment towards like Okinawans and like mainlanders. They don't see themselves necessarily as the same kind of people, and then there's a lot of resentment towards American military bases and all the stuff that happens with that. It's just the price of being awesome, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure they bring a lot to the economy.
They do, but you never know. I mean, the economy here is pretty big off of tourism as well now compared to what it used to be. So it's not just all the money coming in from the bases anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so those Ospreys, yeah, I I see some people that have. I honestly think it's just to make people mad. So there's lots of people with stickers, like especially people that are from here that have like Osprey, like
Nice dab, Jed.
it'd be like an Osprey with an X through it and stuff like that on their cars. And I've seen like 3 people, and I was like, they're just trying to make people mad because they have stickers that say "I heart Osprey" on them. I'm like, oh, you're just a terrible person. Like you're
Yeah,
a
that's
bad
fucked up.
person. Like don't drive in the wrong neighborhood. You're gonna get like a brick thrown at your car.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Well,
not fun.
have you guys been paying attention to much of the truckers shit going on continually?
I
I
did see.
haven't, only because I have you, and you are like a hawkeye with that stuff, and I'm really happy for that. So please.
I did see one thing about how a Trudeau-funded newspaper turned on Trudeau and started making like a Where's Waldo thing about Where's Trudeau?
Oh, maybe he's in Cuba with his dad.
Dude, no. I was telling Connor about that today. He was like, "Wait, really? Really? You think so?" And I was like, "Dude, look at the fucking picture of him. He has brown nipples, man. Fidel Castro was Justin Trudeau's father. Facts."
You should have showed him the podcast, man.
I told him about it. He'll find it.
Yeah.
He'll definitely be in there.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's crazy what's going on. I guess it's I guess Biden called and said he was gonna help. It's just a shit show, dude. Because it's like it's just tyranny, man. They're making these people out to be really, really bad people, but the thing is, they should be appreciating. uh, Everyone should be standing with the truckers because the truckers are the ones who are bringing commodities and resources to where they need to go. So if you're mad at the truckers, that's the wrong position to be in. These people are alone in their trucks every day. They hardly interact with people. If they do, it's small, it's short, and they don't need to be fucking vaccinated. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's just authoritarianism. And so the fact that they are in a standoff essentially with the government and they're playing chicken, who's going to give up first, I mean, there's people who have put their mailboxes on next to their trucks. They don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
Yeah.
And now they made some rule where you can't honk. Some 70-year-old guy, he was honking, he got thrown in the paddy wagon, and everyone's like losing their shit. And it's just crazy scary. They're making the average they're pinning us against each other in this way, in this fashion, in a sense,
Yeah.
because it's like this Rudy Snooty Tooty rich people in the cities are like mad. But the thing is, like, without these people, you wouldn't have the shit. Even all of the pandemic, you wouldn't have had shit if it weren't for these people. So like, they should be standing with them, not divided against them. But it's just crazy to see the way things are going, and yeah,
For
it's just
yeah,
wild.
for how vital the truckers are to our whole economy, I'm so surprised that whenever they push back, that these politicians are not giving in to them. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
they're
would
going
you would
to.
assume. Yeah. No, they
I'm
might.
sure they will.
I can only
Yeah.
hope so. Like, I think we should all hope so that they're going to give in to these truckers because their demands I don't think are very outrageous. I don't think they're asking for a lot, and it's more vital for your future campaigns as a politician because, face it, if all politicians now are career politicians, so they're really going to count on those, truckers, those votes,
Yeah.
the people that back those truckers, the people that back,
Yep.
are those the truckers, backers or everything. Yeah.
I did see that
Uh,
Give Send Go, an alternate of GoFundMe, did come out and say we are not beholden to the Canadian government whatsoever, and any payments sent
Yep.
to us will go to the desired location. It's like, yeah. And
that's
they also said that they have
Yeah.
like enough funds to keep them on Capitol Hill for like 3 to 4 years.
I did
Yeah,
see that they're
they're doing
starting the
good.
same. They're starting the same thing in New Zealand, another place that has had very strict lockdowns. So I wonder how this is
Yeah,
going
it's
to
all over the world.
there.
Every place all around the world. Even the U.S. is supposed to have one, which I'm not sure how that's gonna affect us, but kind of. I was looking at the 3D chess game. Like what's the end goal? What's gonna go on here? If this starts in the U.S., okay, supply chains are already tight. We're paying a fuck ton more for shipping than we need. I've seen it firsthand. And so if we draw the truckers to, I don't know, DC or some shit, then I think with everything going on in the world, with what's going on with Russia, with what's going on, just the pandemic itself, supply chains, I think this would be a huge spark if these people in the cities aren't getting what they need from the truckers. The news could just be like, they're the reason. They're the reason why you're not getting your stuff. Go fight them. So that could spark, and they've already talked about it. Civil war. They've been throwing that narrative. They've been throwing that word around in mainstream legacy media a lot lately. So I see it as the precursor they are planning for this. It's gonna get bad. Like that's kind of my take on it. Um, because everything is connected, and you have to look at the end game. What's gonna happen? Are they gonna give in? Is the government gonna be like, okay, fine? No, they're not. They're not at all. So
They
you kind of
like
have
I
to.
said before, yeah, it would kind of be like, it seems like you would have to if you wanted to remain. But if you're looking at the big cheese,
Yeah.
Joe Bizzle,
Right.
in the White House, it looks like he's kind of tapped out as far as I don't know, long-term government work goes.
Yeah.
He's kind of done it all. He's been in there long
Did
long enough.
Lane, did you send that video of those two kids playing, and the one kid put an apple on the other kid's
Yes.
head, and then went to hit it, and just
Yes.
straight down on the other kid's head, just bonk, and then it went to a video of Joe Biden just talking like he normally does. I think it was actually him talking about how the kids used to rub his wet leg hair,
Yeah.
and then watch it pop back up in the sun. Like,
Yeah.
Joe, stop.
Stop.
Yeah. It's.
You know what? Yeah. If we're gonna handle situations internationally and we have Joe Biden talking on behalf of us, it's a little concerning.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it would have been concerning if it was Trump or Obama either way. I mean, one person to talk on behalf of the whole nation is pretty fucked up. So
Well, don't worry. There's just going to be certain people that are allowed to talk soon because they don't give a shit about, any of your rights at all. They've labeled, and this just in, from DHS. This was on February 7th. DHS issues National Terrorism Adversary System Bulletin. So basically, this, just to summarize it,
what qualifies a
they're
terrorist?
they're labeling they're you haven't seen this, Mark?
No.
Where
Tell me about it.
they're labeling, like, if you spread disinformation. Okay, it's not even that long. I can read the whole thing. So from Washington today, Secretary of Homeland Security, yada yada, issues a national terrorism. It's called NTAS. It's a bulletin regarding the continued heightened threat environment across the United States. This is the 50 NTAS bulletin issued by the DHS since January 2021. What happened January 2021? I wonder. And it replaces the current bulletin that was set to expire. DHS remains committed to proactively. I gotta zoom in on this. This is too fucking small. Sharing timely information and intelligence about the evolutionary and environmental threats with the American public, said what's his face. We also remain committed to working with our partners across every level of government and in the private sector to prevent all forms of terrorism and targeted violence, and to support law enforcement, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. The United States remains in a heightened threat environment fueled by several factors, including an online environment filled with false or misleading narratives and conspiracy theories and other forms of dis, and malinformation, introduced and or amplified by foreign and domestic threat actors. These threat actors seek to exacerbate societal friction to sow discord, and undermine public trust in government. No, I don't think so. You've done that yourself, government. Institutions to encourage unrest, which could potentially inspire acts of violence, mass casualty attacks, and other acts of targeted violence conducted by lone offenders and small groups acting furtherance of ideological beliefs and personal grievances. Blah, 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 blah. They're talking about how they could be a threat to infrastructure, the proliferating or false or misleading narratives, which sow discord and undermine public trust in the U.S. government institutions. That's fucking hilarious because they've done that themselves. And it's not our fault that Joe Rogan has people on and they tell the truth and they, aren't paid to do so. So, like, they're basically just going after people who are spreading malinformation, and conspiracy theories. So hey,
with that,
guess what, boys? Cheers. We're domestic terrorists.
Well, would that also encompass like
Would I be an
Antifa
internet
and legacy
terrorist?
media?
Oh no, not them. They're excused from it, Jed.
That's
You
right,
see
because
how that
Antifa
works?
works for the government and the media they work for the corporations that control the government. So yeah, I get it. Makes
So
sense.
you're saying, okay, so this is just another way to divide and conquer, right?
Oh, big
So
time. It
having a
is
divided
taking.
America is really, really dangerous right now, I think, because of the fact there are powers that be that would really, really enjoy a divided, weakened America so they could take a country, I don't know, maybe Ukraine, and do
Yeah,
what
I
they
don't know.
want.
Maybe Russia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe China.
definitely. This is
Taiwan.
this is what I'm talking about. Everything's leading up to. I was thinking like, what's the end game 3D chess move? Start a civil war in the United States, have a European conflict,
Yeah.
distractions out the ass. China comes in, okay, because Russia's got us distracted with that bullshit. This really could kick off a fucking World War III, man, big time. And then like, what are you gonna do? Like, because it's just sad that it doesn't make any sense. A functioning government should be let's say, a democracy, okay? Canada. They should be listening to their constituents and understanding that they are the people who run Canada, not some fucking geriatric fucking politician, Trudeau. Okay, so like the fact that he's not giving in just shows how he doesn't give a fuck. He's a tyrant, and you will do as he says, or you will get the boot on your neck. So like, and us here in the United States, we live in a constitutional republic, right? So like, same thing for us. Whatever we want, we should be getting because it's we the fucking people, not we don't have a fucking king. This isn't Joe Biden the fucking king, all right? It's like you got to listen to your fucking people. And
Yep.
so it just doesn't make sense to me that they're not conceding,
You
you
know,
know.
here in America, it's not actually Joe Biden we're beholden to. You know who it really is?
The Illuminati? No, I'm just kidding.
BlackRock and the Vanguard Group. You ever heard of
You're
those
talking about
guys?
the hedge funds? Yeah,
I'm
hedge
talking
fund.
about the two companies
They're
that own
buying
all
up.
the corporations in America.
Oh, okay. Go on.
So, you know how
Go on,
like
Jed.
a lot of companies have parent companies? Like there's
Yeah.
Marvel and they're owned by Disney. There's Star Wars owned by Disney. But there's also like, Hershey's, Snickers, all this other stuff owned by Mars. And
Yep.
everything has a parent company. Nestle has a parent company. Well, if you trace it back far enough, you get to these two corporations that no one's supposed to know about, called BlackRock and the Vanguard Group. And they own, between the two of them, they own like 99% of the corporations in America.
Damn.
Yeah. So who is in control? Not Joe Biden. Not the Congress. Two corporations, led by probably
Yep.
two boards of directors.
Interesting.
Mm.
Harsh, but interesting.
Well, BlackRock's buying up real estate 20 to 50% above market value, and they're renting it out, and they're just going to keep doing it. So essentially, they could, with the buying power, buy every home in America, and then have you rent it from them.
Yep.
Buy what you can.
Because it makes money.
It does.
Like that's what they're doing, man. So it's like, am I ever gonna get to own and pay off my home? Like,
It's possible, but you need
because like
to
if
prepare.
you see who, because there's a way to like to mask you can like have a trust set up to where like you can mask your shit, but like let's say someone wants to buy your home and you're like, well, I don't really like the market price, I'm gonna wait till it gets a little higher, but then they come in and they're like, we'll give you shit, we'll give you 50% above market value because we need this home because it's probably the last one on the block that we've been waiting to get our fucking hands on so we can own this whole division. And we'll give you double the price for your home. Like, you gonna sell? You gonna hold?
If you hold out, they're gonna go up.
That is
Yep.
true.
Or you're gonna fucking, or they I don't know, grease the government system wheels and have them pronounce your, if you don't play ball with them, they can have the government come in and be like, this is now eminent domain, we need this for government facility, we'll give you this much, and it's less than what they've offered BlackRock.
Eminent domain. And every time I hear that, I go back to fucking Tremors with Burt Gummer. Eminent domain. I love Burt Gummer in those fucking movies, dude. Hilarious. But yeah, no, it's fucked, dude, and they will fucking do it. That's why I'm not gonna let my properties around here from my family members get like sold to, other people. I'm gonna keep them in the family because at the end of the day, it's a house.
Yeah. Yep. And then you're fucking over here renting from the same house you just sold or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's ridiculous.
Right. That's what they're doing too. They're like, we'll buy your house and then we'll rent it back to you. It's like, why would I do that? I'm not paying a mortgage now.
Yep.
Oh well, if you don't, we know what to do. Yeah, we'll get this house.
Yeah. This guy with the monocle, fucking.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean,
Monopoly Man, evil.
It's Mr. Peanut and the Monopoly Man both working together.
Yeah. Speaking of Monopoly, what the fuck? I thought we had like some kind of rule about monopolies.
Oh yeah,
Seems like there's a lot of workarounds or something going on.
Loopholes.
Where that doesn't apply.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loopholes, you gotta figure them out, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna.
Yeah, because it's like all of the people in a certain economic group, right? So like all of the film industry can't be owned by one person or like one corporation or whatever.
Disney's trying.
But one corporation can own all the corporations that own all the film industries. You just gotta have enough degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking. It's
or
wild, man.
You keep a couple of the corporations separate, but then you give them the same board of directors.
So
where do you guys see like shit going in the future? Do you guys see things just? I don't see. I see a future where like it's just definite corporate America. There's no mom and pops because that's like you could never afford that. That's a dumb idea. It's gonna get to that point where it's like, really, you think you're gonna start a fucking little business and compete with, I don't know, the fucking main stores or whatever, like. I think we're getting there, dude. I think it's a slow push to just make it all just disgustingly corporatized.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that, but I can also see a lot of with the internet, dude, anything's possible. And it's hard to regulate the internet. I think we're going to see a big underground form. I think there's going to be a huge. I mean, you're going to still have all these people that are sheep, and maybe not even sheep, but like they're people that were already on the top, so they didn't need to change what they were doing. They had the money to keep living their life how they wanted to. But the rest of us, we're going to have to go to the underground. We're going to have to get shit shipped to us with like, we're going to have to go back to like the Pony Express, but with a series of Ubers and shit. It's going to be wild, man. I think we're going to see some crazy dystopian shit, and it's going to be like no dystopian novel has ever predicted before.
Mm.
I think
last night. Go ahead.
I also think that there's a possibility that this World War III could go seriously one way. I don't know which way it's going to go yet, but I think it might go seriously one way to the point where we have like one nation that really controls like the world.
I can strongly see that.
Or like a actual coalition of every freaking country on the planet. I almost wish we would have like a apocalypse level threat outside of countries fighting, because it might actually bring the world together. Like, oh, we actually need to work together to not all die.
Jed.
I think we need something like that. Don't worry, I'm knocking on my wood. I'm good. But I think we need something
No.
that to bring us all together, man.
Have you heard? Have you guys heard? Behold the Pale White Horse.
Yes.
That book.
Pretend
well, it was a Navy.
Maybe not the book, but
a complete moron, and you
okay.
You need to explain it to me.
Well, Mark, there was a Navy intelligence officer who was in charge of gathering documents and preparing them for top meetings. Okay, with high government officials. Top secret. I'm talking like Yankee White clearance shit. Well, he's perusing through. Jed, your face.
I've never heard of Yankee White clearance. Is that legit?
There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason you've never heard of a Yankee. There's a reason you've never heard of a Yankee White
clearance fucking level. Are you serious?
You might be able to Google it. Anyways, fucking so he was perusing through these documents and he's like, wait a second, and he's like flipping through. And he sees like alien spacecraft, alien this, alien that. Now he had already been in. He's an intelligence officer, okay, so he was fresh up on, uh, government, the way they operate, conspiracies, shit like that. Well, he basically, they knew that because he ran like when he was off duty, he would run like a little radio thing, like a ham radio or some shit like that, where he would just talk about conspiracies and all this bullshit and crazy stuff. Well, turns out they knew he like figured out he had been set up to start spewing about the aliens and stuff like that because they were preparing people. They needed to prepare people for like an alien invasion attack or whatever, because it was planned by the government so that they could. There's a lot of facets because it's all about the New World Order and the one world government, and that what Jed just said is one way that they can unite us under one government is fear of something that's out of control of every government, right? It's like, oh, what do we do? I don't know. China's got some crazy technology. Let's reach out to them. Let's link up with them and let's figure out if we can get these guys down or something. That's what they need. That's what they want in order to prepare us, unite us underneath this umbrella of the one world government. So, Behold the Pale White Horse kind of dips into that a little bit.
Quick side note. I'm looking at Yankee White clearance. The food service coordinator of the White House staff mess has Category 1 Yankee White clearance. Just saying. So far, it hasn't said the president, just a bunch of people that work at the White House. It hasn't mentioned that the president has Yankee White clearance yet.
Okay.
Is he prepared to stick a feather in his hat and call it macaroni? Just saying. No, but yeah, that's fucked up. So this dude's just looking through government top level papers and he's piecing stuff together and he's like, holy shit.
Well, yeah, he's piecing stuff together that they've spotted these extraterrestrials that are in contact with them. They think that there's going to be this huge alien invasion. And then when he gets done with work at the end of the day, he gets on his radio, starts talking about shit, right? Because he's a blabmouth. Well, then one day he's perusing through the documents and he like stops and he thinks, he's like, these motherfuckers are setting me up. Like they know I'm gonna go out there and talk about all this shit. Like they set him up to start spewing shit so that he could. Yeah, it's like several layers to it, but that's essentially yeah.
So not even necessarily that there was any contact, just the fact that if you manipulate the populace to think that there's contact, then you can manipulate them into giving up a lot of their. Oh, I guess like not even giving up anything, but just working together, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So, I mean, whether or not you trust the online articles or not, it said that a Yankee White clearance isn't exactly its own like level. It's like confidential, secret, top secret, that kind of stuff. Is just like the three main levels. But Yankee White clearance is like people who are directly operating in support of the president or vice president. It's like a nickname for a certain kind of background check that you need or something like that.
Yeah,
But
it's
then
like a
again,
lingo.
do you trust what you read online?
I'm a French model. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, anyways, last night uh, after listening, just kind of going through my head, like, what's the fucking end game? What's the goal? What's the next couple months gonna look like? You know, what do I need to prepare for? I bought a bushcraft book. I bought a quick pamphlet on like how to like dress and like field dress deer and elk and all that. And then I bought like some
about
hunting pants, and I'm just preparing. I'm
to live
like
out in the woods?
I'm getting a go bag going. So if I gotta bounce, like I'm leaving, dude. I got my bulletproof vest. I got everything. I'm ready to like boogie. My truck will be done with a new engine Tuesday. So if shit doesn't hit the fan before Tuesday, I hope we should be good. And I'm just
What's
gonna fucking
Tuesday?
I'm gonna be ready. Like if shit hits the fan, I have a place in Montana, in disclosed location. I'm going to, and I'm hunkering down until it blows over.
I'm not
Because I can't
surprised.
stay here. I can't stay in Denver. There's no way.
Oh no, definitely not. You want to get out of the cities, everybody? You know,
Yeah.
go small. Think like not even suburbs. I'm talking like
Rural.
Hey, I'm in
rural.
podcast, bud.
Don't be
Sorry.
around.
Oh, when does that get out?
Probably 15, 20 minutes.
Nice
Been going for a while. So,
podcast love, bro.
I'm gonna get in there.
all right.
Special guest.
Who's that? Your boyfriend?
You guys didn't hear that, did you?
Yeah, no, you
Yeah, we
totally
did.
did not mute your microphone
You didn't
at
mute
all.
it at all.
And I'm leaving it in.
What?
That's great.
For real?
For reals, dude.
For real.
I
That's funny.
I turned
no
my
cap.
phantom power. This runs off of phantom power. I turned this off. How did that?
Well, it got some phantom power.
Yeah.
You're dumb. Yeah.
Good.
So that was my buddy. He's in the gym. He was waiting for me, but
All right.
yeah,
Well,
crazy.
That's all right, man. I think we've been going for about 45 minutes here. I think I think that was great, honestly.
we need to inform the populace about one more thing.
What's that?
Lane
What is
was
it,
right.
Mark?
You should be prepared. Is what I'm trying to say. You know, anything could be going down. I say we're on heightened alert right now for sure. I mean, they're telling Americans to get out of Ukraine within the next 24 to 48 hours. Joe Biden just an hour ago spoke with Vladimir Putin, reassuring him that there was going to be massive consequences if he invades Ukraine. He kind of blew him off from what we can see. I mean, that is, biased news reporting, but still, uh, Ukrainian populace, like civilians all across Ukraine, are training as militia to fight. I mean, soccer moms with minivans and machine guns, you know, hunkering down, learning how to do first aid and all that stuff, right?
And this is why we have the fucking Second Amendment.
At the same time, this is why we need to, not divide as a nation, because we might be going into, a third world war, or even just a great war of the ages right now, with
Right.
fucking weapons that we can't even comprehend on both sides of the aisle of mass destruction. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I'm not sure if we're gonna have anything too crazy yet. I think we'll definitely have some fun stuff, but I don't think there will be anything that's like uncomprehendable. I mean, we're definitely going to see some railgun technology finally getting used. They've been testing it for years, trying to keep it under wraps, but like we know about it. We know it's a thing. But how it works is fundamentally understandable. But as far as smart explosives, see some cool stuff there. I think that it'd be really cool if we saw some like drones, and I don't mean like UAVs. I mean like on the ground drones.
Maybe.
Let the
Clone
not
Wars
the
begin.
Clone Wars, but like let the droid wars begin.
Nice.
My thoughts on this whole thing is the last time we had a major war, like a major world war, we took out a lot of intelligent. Well, we didn't take them out, but we, I guess, halted projects on high intelligent scientists, and we Operation Paperclipped them. So we took them, and they've been working ever since, as far as we know, and continued their projects. So I think we will see technology that is going to be, because if you think about it, if it's on a world stage and it's countries like fighting for their very survival, things will get desperate. People will unveil weapons that they thought, man, well, we shouldn't use this. No, we need to fucking use something. Pull it out. Let's try fucking Delta 804 today or whatever, like we needed to try this one out. So like they're going to pull that out, and it could be some crazy wild shit. And like I think for the first time we could see fighting on our soil that's not civil war or anything, because if we're being distracted, it's a chess game. If we're being distracted over here with Russia, Ukraine, oh shit, we got to send troops over there. How much are we sending? I don't know. They're sending a fuck ton of Russians. We need to send a fuck ton of troops. Just send them. Well, China's gonna be like, cool, awesome, U.S. little to no troops. Let's fucking come in. So China comes in, okay?
Yeah.
And they're taking California, which is fucking garbage anyways. Which maybe we should fight on that side. I mean, I'm not saying, I was just, hey, if you want to fucking invade, maybe California. I don't know, but I don't know. There's a lot of fucking ways you could. I'm just preparing, man, because I think shit is going to hit the fan, unfortunately. And
I think we're
not looking
closer than
forward
we've
to it.
ever been before.
Yep, absolutely. And I keep thinking of The Simpsons, where they were like, I saw a little bit of it. Basically, like everyone, like the world was in chaos. It showed it. It was like, also
Oh,
they
the
predicted
Simpsons
the
said
Super
it.
Bowl's game. Yeah, The Simpsons said it, and
Oh,
they predicted this Super Bowl game for this weekend, and I forget who. I think the Bengals won, whatever.
oh,
So yeah, put money on the Bengals, and then they showed like the world
don't
in
give advice like
chaos,
that.
like nah, whatever, like the United States in chaos, whatever, and then just streets on fire, shit like that, and then it showed later on, who's that one? The guy that talks like this, he's like he's like a bartender or whatever. I don't watch The
Oh,
Simpsons,
Mo.
but Mo, yeah, he's wiping down the table and he's like, I think Simpson's sitting at the bar or whatever, and Homer, and he's like, yeah, it's why we had to save your ass in World War III, and he was like talking about Australia or some shit, or Australia said some shit like that, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? What if they like, dude, they have obvious. Like you guys have seen the Donald Trump one where he's going down the escalator like waving and shit, and it's matched perfectly, bro. They have to know, dude. This guy's a time
The
traveler. He
Simpsons.
has to
The
know.
Simpsons are what is it? Not like time travelers. They're just like predictors of the future.
Prophets.
Fortune tellers.
That's
Prophets. There we
too
go.
fucking.
That'd be
That's too
crazy.
good.
But
What a way to
I
tell everybody too.
it's like
Through a
that.
fucking cartoon.
It's like that old saying of like art imitates reality, reality imitates art.
Yeah.
So like, what if the whole Trump thing was orchestrated to match The Simpsons?
Mm, I think it wouldn't be hard to do at all, but what's there to
I mean,
gain with that?
somebody coordinates that, right? Like somebody has to coordinate like how he moves throughout buildings and shit.
Yeah.
So what if that guy's like,
an episode of The Simpsons, and then bam, haha,
the
this
guy's
is
like,
fun.
heh, I have a nice escalator here.
Yeah,
And then he
but
calls his buddy in the press, like, make sure you're at this location so you get the right angle, man.
yeah,
And he's in his ear, like, and wave. There you go. Perfect.
nice.
Simpson said it. I did it. Woo woo.
I bet that guy feels good about himself.
Oh, dude, he would too. Especially every time he sees, like, oh my god, the Simpsons said it. They did it again. He'd be like,
Sure they did.
yes, the Simpsons did it. And I had nothing to do with it at all. You know?
Monocles are evil. I get you. That's what what I'm
always.
taking away from this
Not
episode.
always. Not always.
Yeah.
Well, boys, I think that was a damn good discussion we've had here today, and I think to go on any further would be to bring down the quality of the amazing conversation we've just had. So I think we should just end it here on a glorious note of The Simpsons said it, and remind our audience that hey, we do this for free. We're not getting paid here. So like, hey, it's all for you. My Alexa just turned on. Anyway, so help us out a little bit and just subscribe. That's all I'm asking. It's just a button. Just gotta hit it. You might have to log into your account. You might have to create a new account, but it doesn't take long. Just hit that subscribe button. That's all I'm asking for. If you want something specific, if you want us to talk about something specific, you can always drop that down in the comments below, or you can check the description for our email address, and we'll take a look at that. We might get to it, we might not. Not everybody has good ideas. Not even gonna lie about that. But if it's something that we think is interesting, or that we think we could talk about, sure, yeah, we'll hit it. We'll do it hard, fast and long. But in the meantime, check out our other videos. We have a whole playlist of us with guests. We have some movies you can watch with us.
Yeah.
We do like 3.
The
I
best
think.
movies.
Yeah, and I can tell you from one of our viewers, one of our longtime regular viewers, she greatly enjoyed listening to the podcast that we made while we watched those movies. While she was also watching those movies, she said it was delightful. Like she was just sitting there watching a movie with us, who she adores, and it warmed my heart. And I think it would warm your heart too to watch the movies with us. And hey, you don't even got to watch the video version of that because it's available on audio-only platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, pretty much wherever you get your podcast from. It's there, waiting for you. All you got to do is go listen to it. Or watch us on YouTube, whichever works for you. But until next time, I'm Jed. That's Lane. That's Mark. This is the Gentleman's Bureau. Thanks for joining us.
Like and share. Bye.
Bye.